This improves my hearing. Whisper something to me. I didn't know whispering was... What's up guys, another episode of Wheels Boutique here. Today we have a very cool setup going on. So we got two Ford GTs. This is a 2005 Ford GT to the right, white, no stripes. 2005 Ford GT on the left, red with no stripes. So without stripes, these cars are much more rare. I don't know what the production numbers are, but both of them are very cool in their own right. So over here, we have Ben's Ford GT, which is already heavily modified. To the left, we have it completely stock. I wanted to get both Ford GTs head to head so you guys can see the differences between a factory Ford GT and a Wheels Boutique style of Ford GT. So I'll back away for a little bit, but I'll continue talking. So right off the get-go, you're gonna see the difference in the stance. So what we did on the white Ford GT, which belongs to us, is the KW coilover V3 kit with a really cool trick. So it's the HLS, which is the hydraulic lift system. Now the hydraulic lift system is for both axles, the front and the rear. So if you're thinking to yourself, how the heck are you gonna get over any speed bumps, anything like that? You do it with the HLS system. So there's a little button that I'll get inside and press. It'll lift up the front, lift up the rear. I don't know by how much, but I would estimate probably 1.5 inches, maybe 1 inch, but that's still enough to get the car out in kind of dodgy places that have a steep incline or decline. KW V3 coilovers, fully adjustable. So when we did the first height adjustment on the car, Ben and I came outside and we said, get it back on the lift, Tex, because we want it even lower than that. So that's where it is right now. It looks like a torpedo. It really does when it has no gap between the bodywork and the tires, which I absolutely love. You can see over here on the red Ford GT, it's about a 3-finger gap, 4-finger gap if you have tiny hands like myself. I got the BK Whopper hands. What are you gonna do? Anyways, second thing you'll notice are the brake calipers. So on the left-hand side, once again, we have a standard brake caliper setup from the Ford GT, which now is, technology that's about 15 years old. So what you want to do is upgrade the brake and the stopping power and the performance of the car and bring it more in line with today's standards. So you have a brand new Brembo brake kit front and rear. The discs are much larger, as you can see. The caliper colors come in a variety of different colors. You've got yellow, you've got black, you've got red, you've got even a fluorescent yellow that looks like a highlighter. And you have custom colors as well. And you can have the Brembo script in various colors as well. We have it in black. So the third thing you'll notice the most is gonna be the wheels, of course. So it's been a long time since I remembered the factory tire setup on this thing. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I already know that one. This is gonna be a 315 40 19 in the rear. And up front, you're gonna have a 235 45 18. Now, when we turn to this one, I don't even need to look because I already know we've done so many of these. That's gonna be a 20 by 10 in the front and a 21 by 13 in the rear. So the front tire is going to be a 285/30/20. The rear tire is going to be a 355/25/21. So massive, massive Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. This 355/25/21 is the same tire that comes on the Lamborghini Aventador from factory. So it is a massive increase in diameter and in width, and also a different offset. So if you go down the line, and hopefully Marvin will get some B-roll footage of this, you look down the line, the bodywork of the car, and the factory wheels are so far in, it looks kind of funky. On this thing, when you look at the side profile, everything is completely flush. I absolutely love this car. I'll jump in a little bit and show you the hydraulic lift system. But before I do that, I want to talk about the Anrky wheels. And before I do that, I need to grab 2 more Anrky wheels from the showroom. That hurt. When I was carrying both, that hurt. So this is a brand new wheel from Anrky and also a brand new finish from Anrky. So they call this Space Blue. It's a satin blue finish on the 5-spoke design. You can get that finish for every part of the wheel. You can get it for the assembly bolts, for the outer lip, for the inner barrel, and for the center face, of course, which this car has. So this has the Space Blue center, polished clear outer lip. You also have polished clear on the inner barrel, which is hard to keep clean, even with these upgraded Brembos. Then you have the stainless steel assembly bolts around, carbon fiber center cap. And a cool thing with the carbon fiber center cap is it has an aluminum bezel surrounding it that it pops into, and you can do that in various colors. So you can probably do a contrasting color if you wanted to. Now, the reason why I bring out these other 2 wheels is because those 2 wheels were the only 5-spoke wheels generally that Anrky used to offer. This was called an AN35. This was called a Retro Series RS5. The AN35 was available in 2-piece and 1-piece as well. It would have been called the AN25 for the 2-piece, the AN15 for the 1-piece, but generally speaking, it had the same exact spoke design, just a different number of pieces. Then you had the Retro Series, which was another 5-spoke, different design, and in a different setup. This one was meant for having a wheel series that's going to maximize the lip size in a way that this one doesn't. So this 3-piece wheel has a more modern design called a floating spoke design, and you can see it here when I put my fingers behind the spoke. It doesn't actually touch the outer lip, it kind of just floats or hovers above it. You do not have that same setup with this. So as time went on, a lot of my customers said, hey, we want the Retro Series design, but with a floating spoke. And so for years and years and years, that was not available until now. So Anrky had to rename the wheel model designation just a little bit, because originally there was only the Retro Series in 3-piece. They would have called this the RS5, this specific center face design. Now you have this as well, which is going to be called the RS5.3. So this would be considered the RS5.1 and the RS5.3. Now there's also going to be an RS5.3C, which is going to be this with a carbon fiber barrel. I know it's going to be a little bit confusing, but if you call me directly, I will be able to walk you step by step on the different configurations of this wheel design. So going back to the RS5.3, it's this with the floating spoke design, just like this wheel model. So then you'll ask, well, 5-spoke, it's really hard to change the design to make it look different, and that's the reason why I brought both of these out. Yes, they're both 3-piece wheels. Yes, they both have floating spoke design, but they are slightly different. So on these spokes here, you have this indentation in the middle, and the part that's raised the most is going to be at the edge of each spoke. It's kind of the opposite on the RS5.3 in the sense of the portion that's raised the most is the actual spoke, and at the edge you have this little taper off and the floating spoke design, which is extremely cool. On this wheel, you can also clean up the design and have hidden hardware. Same thing with this one. This display wheel has 50/50, so half of the bolts are exposed and half are hidden, which is a really cool feature. On the old school Retro Series ones, like these bad boys, since the assembly bolts are designed with this flange here, and it actually hugs the flange of the inner barrel. You cannot hide the assembly bolts on this, but you've got so many different flavors of different designs. So you can do them in 1-piece, 2-piece, 3-piece. You could have floating spoke. You could have what we call flat face to maximize the lip size. And you can get carbon fiber barrels, which hopefully I'll be able to feature on this channel. I think we actually have one in the showroom. I should have brought it out here. Maybe we'll do it at the end. But before we go, I also want to mention to you guys that this will not be the last time that you see this Ford GT here on the channel. That is because I actually sold this Ford GT to one of our biggest clients, and he bought it from Chicago Motor Cars, which is a really, really great dealer. One of the best dealers in our opinion in the US. We do a lot of work with them. Oftentimes they'll send us cars just to build them, just so they can sell them, like the Novatec and Largos that you've seen on the channel recently, some wide body Rolls Royces, things of that nature. So this client of mine has a huge collection of cars. We featured a bunch of his cars on the channel before. He emailed me one morning and he said, "Hey, don't you know these guys, Chicago Motor Cars?" I said, "Yes." Made a phone call to the owner, got him a great deal. Lo and behold, a week later, the car is down here. He is gonna get a slew of modifications. Now, he also, a week before buying this from me, bought a 2019 Ford GT on Bring a Trailer, yellow with black stripes. On that car, we're gonna be doing a set of Anrky wheels. I'm not gonna give it away just yet. On this one, we're gonna also be doing a set of Anrky wheels, but he'll be getting everything else. The KW height adjustable coilovers with the system, and also the Brembos, everything. He also wants to do a twin turbo kit with Hefner, which we've done before in the past, get it over 1,000 horsepower, but Hefner is developing a new twin turbo kit. He wants to add some traction control so the power is usable, and he also wants to be able to switch between E85 and 93 gasoline. So we're just waiting for Jason, the owner of Hefner, to get back with us after he develops that kit so I can quote the customer and we can do that as well. But I promise you, this car will be back on our channel. You'll see it fully modded. Marvin will perhaps show me talking about it in black and white, just kind of as a flashback. But that's gonna be extremely cool. So let me stop talking before I get in the building and show you the RS5.3C with the carbon barrel. I'll pause and see what's going on over here. What sort of ruckus is this? Let's walk a little bit this way. Maybe I'll show you guys a really quick sneak peek at the 5-spoke with the carbon barrel, and also jump in the Ford GT, show you the hydraulic lift system. They both say, oh, the keys are different. I hear a Nissan off in the distance. Did you catch that? I'm so used to my Porsche, I was like putting the key over here. Ready? Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Now let's drop it a little bit. Gotta watch your head here. Make sure you don't get your upper body chopped off. The guillotine. Let's go inside real quick. So I know this has been a long video, and thank you guys for watching the entirety of it. I'll keep this short and sweet. This is just a little sneak peek at the Anrky RS5.3C carbon that I mentioned outside. So same wheel that's on the Ford GT, but with the carbon fiber Dimag barrel that is extremely, extremely lightweight. So thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think about this wheel, about all the wheels I showed you outside. Let us know what you think about the Ford GT modified, what you like about it before it's modified, and what you would like to see on that red car. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.